Yo, it is museum day today. And I'm gonna be cutting back my hours at the museum because gas is crazy. gas in my area is like almost $6, so I cannot drive from Torrance to Monterey Park every Sunday anymore. So I'll only be here once a month after this month. And they already know, and so that's fine. But so I'm at the museum. They're at the Cherry Blossom Festival. I'm wearing my Cherry Blossom earrings. I don't think that's what this is, but I did buy this at last year's Cherry Blossom Festival at my company's work picnic that had it. Anyways, so I wore those. I'm gonna go in a little bit, but yeah, this is where I'm at. And I thought I'd shoot this video, because, so I had posted about my earrings that I made on Wednesday, I believe, and the day of or the following day, my ex messaged me if Mari was okay, my daughter, and that is because he's been watching my videos, and I don't know if he's watching them here or he's watching them on TikTok. I'm not too sure. But I might post something over there just saying, hey, you're a creep. Anyways, so I don't know what his motive is for watching my videos, but it's creepy. It feels weird, and I don't like it. But it's also kind of laughable because I was angry. And I was going to spew all this stuff about why I think he doesn't have someone yet. And I'm over here dodging left and right. Whether that's people I meet on my errands, whether that's coworkers, whether that's people I volunteer with, like males, females. I swing both ways. They're both attracted to me. And I have the capacity to enter into pretty much any type of relationship as long as the person is genuine in their love for me, not just lust but love and care, and like I have the capacity to share or be shared, as long as everybody's happy and healthy in their relationship. Anyways, I digress. Which is one of the points that my ex liked about me, because he wanted us to be in a throuple. But, like, he could barely afford me. Anyways, I digress. I digress. But, so I was gonna make this very angry, ranty video, kind of tearing him down. And then it took me, 45 minutes to get here. And then I was like, you know what? No, I get it. Because if I was with someone who was like me, I would be obsessed too. and it sounds very vain saying that, but if you take the emotion out of it and you just look at the data. I grew up in a very narcissistic household, and I have a duality fluidity about me that has absorbed both what an ideal Catholic female should be and an ideal Catholic male should be. And so I can be the stay-at-home mom, or I can go out and make the money and take care of the household and fix all the things around the house, do the yard work. I could do both. I could do either, or I can do both, And so there's that one aspect of me. There's the aspect of respecting other cultures, respecting other religions, having a set of morality that is commendable in society. I have the ability to take emotion out of a situation and look at things logically. I generally like to create. I like to cook. I like to clean. I like to have a household that's organized and makes sense. But I understand people have their own likes and desires and way they have to function, and I respect that. And as long as I don't feel like my needs are being pushed to the side all of the time to make way for their needs, I'm perfectly fine in that situation. You like your house a certain way, I'll keep it that way. If you're able to work on me on the things that I need, even better. You know, I have OCD, but like it's contamination and it's security. So it works well with people who have to have things in a certain order, as long as it feels safe and clean to me. I don't mind it. I can work around that. I don't particularly like mess, but if you're doing it in like a specific room, then that's fine. You know, I don't like eating out all the time, but if I do eat out, it's selective. You know, I have a selective diet, so I have to eat healthy, but because I do that, I don't have weird body odor, you know. And then I generally do like kids, and I want more kids, and I love teaching kids and guiding people, and like I have this ability where if someone's younger than me, I'm gonna listen and respect to what they say, because just because someone hasn't been around the sun as much as me doesn't mean they don't have more wisdom in areas that I don't know about. So I have that aspect of me, and I love music and I love art, but I also love to go to the junkyard and get parts. And hold on, I thought that was my kid getting dropped off. It's not. I have to go in soon, but it's a very long video. But and that's just personality wise, you know. I love learning languages, and I'm smart, and I'm smart, but I'm also very like, I'm dyslexic. So it's balanced. Like I have this balance of nerdy, geeky, jock. And then that's not even my body, because my body is, the proportions are insane. It is. And it's very hard to shop for clothing, and it's very frustrating, which leads me to make my own clothing a lot. But I have this softness about me, but I was also an athlete most of my life. So I do have this underlying muscle structure. So it's like this solid frame encased in this malleable material that is just, talking about myself so weird, but my body is insane. It is, something to write songs about sometimes. And I sound so vain, but like the way my body is structured is you can't tell from afar most of the time, because my arms are huge. My arms are like, they're huge. So they cover a lot of my central body. And so I look proportional. But if you're buying clothes, you're like, oh my God. So I get it. And I'm a very giving lover. And so I meet the needs of my lovers. And I don't necessarily need to have my needs met because I'm self-sufficient. But I don't know. So I, looking at all the data points about me, I get it. I get why he would be watching my stuff. And if it's not that, then he's just trying to find something to complain about. But like, don't feign that you're concerned about Mari because you think I'm going out on the town for the night. You know what I mean? Like, don't pretend like you care about her when that's not your real motivation. That's what irks me the most. But yeah, I think my future partner, whoever it is, they're gonna need to, one, not talk to my dad, because him and my ex are like this. And so if anything positive came out of my marriage, it's that they found the father-son duo they've been looking for their whole life. So that is not anyways. Yeah, my parents are a lost cause, so that's but where is it going with this? Yeah, my future partner is gonna have to just deal with his drama, and hopefully he doesn't pull the same shit he did when we were separating, where he would cry in front of my daughter and play the victim and like try to get her sympathetic and emotionally manipulate her to feel bad for him so she be mean to me. And hopefully he doesn't pull that when the new partner comes in, because like that's really messed up to be crying in front of your own kid to get them to feel bad for you and trying to get them to make my life difficult just because they're so unhappy. And so I don't know, if he does that, I'm gonna have to like seek out legal ramifications, because that is emotional abuse and that is going to impact her psychologically. And I think that means he should not have visitation rights if that's what he's going to be doing. But that's in the future, and we'll see what happens. If it was up to me, he would have no visitation rights. But anyways, she wants to see her dad, but mostly because he buys her things and says yes to all of her stuff. And so if she got a dad that bought her things and said yes to everything, I don't think she'd care as much. Which I told him when we were separating. You made yourself so that you're the yes man that buys her everything, but that also means you're replaceable real fast. So he'll reap what he sows. I could go open the museum, but yeah, so I get it. I get why the obsession. I get it. It just disturbs me because it's just, go live your life. Go find a hyena. Go do better so that you attract someone that you're compatible with. Dang.